Glenbard football here on Group W cable. And this afternoon, the question is, can it be as exciting as a game that was played last Saturday be played here today? Dave Newman and I will be here for the entire game, and we hope that it will be that kind of a game. Dave, welcome back.
Thank you, Scott. As you mentioned last week, Glenbard West having to come back twice from behind, eventually beating Lyons Township.
Right now, the starting lineup for Hinsdale Central being introduced in behind us. A day that is variably cloudy. It moves from bright sunshine to cloudy skies. The threat of rain persists. The field is muddy. And as you can see on your screen right now, a great deal of sand has been spread across the field to try and take up some of the moisture. This, in fact, will have a great deal of impact on the game. We understand that Hinsdale Central is a very strong running team, likes to go up the middle. If they keep on the hash marks with the ball, it could be a situation where they could slow down their running game. So that might be the way the game will be effective. Of course, too, Scotty Plants having a good year as far as passing the ball. Might give him a chance to be able to get that ball in the air and maybe take advantage of some of those field conditions, because obviously the receiver knows where he's going. The defender doesn't know where the man he's watching is going to be. The starting lineup for the Hilltoppers being introduced right now. And what you're looking at are the defensive starters.
230-pound senior, number 72, Tom Glenbard.
For the Glenbard West Hilltoppers.
15-pound senior, number 52, David Howe.
Actually, what we're seeing is the starting offense. They're matching up against the Hinsdale defense of left end Ted Pajak, left tackle and right tackle of the twins, Rich and John Holger. The right end being John Murkey, left outside linebacker number 70, John Anderson, backed up there with the middle linebacker, Griff Anderson, number 45. Right outside linebacker is number 41, Chris Anderson. Left cornerback is Kevin Ging, number 21. Number 30, right cornerback is Rich Zimmerer. The safeties are 83, Chris Sunderby, and number 84, Bobby Brown. As far as the starters are for the Glenbard West offense, here's Dave.
Well, starting at left tackle will be number 71, Ed Volkner. At left guard, number 63, Chris Larson. At center, 52, David Howe. At the right guard, number 65 will be Eric Jensen. At right tackle, number 72, Tom Glenbard. At tight end, number 88, Chad Alcorn. Starting quarterback, number 11, Scott Plans. At running back, number 31, Scott Ellinger. And number 32, Dave Swengross. And the two wide receivers, number 24, Pat Doyle, and number 22, Andy Durant.
And we also expect to see in some of those second spots there at the tight end, number 81, John Nordmeyer. And the splits are going to be splitting their time with number 41, Jay Stefani, and number 42, Chris Bixler. So those are the key components as far as the players are concerned. Jim Covert and his Hilltoppers coming into this game today 6-0 overall, 5-0 on the conference season, and leading by one game in the West Suburban Conference over both Oak Park and York. And an interesting situation. Actually, they're 4-0 in the conference. I said 5, I think. They're 4-0 in the conference, leading by one game at 3-1 with Oak Park and York trailing behind Hinsdale, Lyons Township, rather, at a 500th clip. 2-2 is a couple of games back. But the way that the Glenbard West Hilltoppers are playing right now, I don't see much of a chance where somebody's going to catch up with them.
I don't think so. In fact, if they win today, they will clinch a playoff spot. And if they win the next two games, they will wrap up the conference title. And the only loss, of course, for York this year was to the Hilltoppers.
Prior to the game, the toss conducted at midfield had the Hinsdale Central Red Devils winning the toss, and they will be receiving the ball, as you can see.
And it has just started to rain.
Right to left. Yes, and it's just started to rain, so we'll have to see how that persists through the game today. Ready to kick off for the Hilltoppers, and advancing on the ball is number 50, Joe Bruno. A wobbly kick goes to the sideline. Picked up there by number 33, that's Brendan Lynch. And he moves the ball out to the 29-yard line, we'll call it 29-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Devils of Hinsdale Central.
First and 10 for
well, as you mentioned, it's a muddy field out there, and this rain is not going to help matters. Hinsdale Central likes to run with the ball. We'll see how they get their footing on this muddy field.
A forward wall of Pajak, Bush, Armstrong, Murkey, and Bulger leading up there for Dave Mahaney, the quarterback at Hinsdale Central. Play action, keeper for the quarterback, and he's snowed under by the center of that defensive line for Glenbard West. Glenlardi being credited with the tackle.
Brought down by Tom Glenlardi.
The skill positions for Hinsdale Central at the wide receiver spot is number 21, Kevin Ging. The tight end will be number 83, Chris Sonderby. Quarterback, as we said, Dave Mahaney, with fullback Brendan Lynch, number 33. Halfback is Dave Renahan, number 35, and number 20, Steve Pudlow. Dan Mahaney drops back to pass, flares it out here to number 88. And that is Brian Blokovich on the reception.
Blokovich on the receiving end of that pass.
Blokovich brings the ball across the 35. Looks to be about the 37-yard line. That'll bring up a third down and short, third down and 1 for Hinsdale Central on that second and long play. So a nice pickup for Hinsdale Central on that second one out of the chute.
Just a simple pass out to the sidelines.
John Armstrong out over the ball. Dan Mahaney, quarterback, barks it off. We have movement across the line, and it looks like the
Ted Pajak, the left tackle, maybe the right tackle, jumped a little bit off sides.
Pajak over there is not, that would be Rich Bolger, the right side tackle over there, getting a little anxious here in the early moments of the contest, charging offside. And as you can tell, our referee, who for today's game is Mike Vogel. Vogel, wired for sound, and we'll be hearing his calls through the day. We have a timeout called by Glenbard West. And just taking a moment while we still have some calm conditions around us. This is a homecoming crowd, and they're honoring the classes of 35, 45, 60, and 75. And all of us at Group W would like to salute not only them, but all the graduates and present students at Glenbard West for a fine program in all of the programs here at Glenbard West. But the last week's game, final score 28-23, with Lyons Township High School really taking it to the Hilltoppers of Glenbard West. And a situation where Glenbard West had to come back a couple of times to stay in that game and finally win it. It's, I guess, about the closest thing to a scare for Glenbard West so far this season.
That's true. Hilltoppers got out to a quick 14-0 lead, but then Lyons Township came right back, took the lead, and they did give them a scare, and it wasn't only until the final couple moments of the game. Ellinger with a 2-yard dive, 3 minutes, 22 seconds left to play, and that was the clincher. Ellinger scoring 4 touchdowns in that ball game. Had 3 the week before.
So Ellinger continuing his hot movement as far as the running back is concerned, and we're going to get back to action now as the timeout is over. Penalty assessed brings up a 3rd down and 6 for Hinsdale Central on that offside penalty. Handoff back there to number 35. That is Dan Renahan, the halfback, stacked up at the 35-yard line by Glenlardi. And that'll bring up 4th down. We anticipate the punt from Hinsdale Central about midway out of their own zone. Dropping back for Glenbard South
The 4th and 4 for Hinsdale.
will be number 24, Pat Doyle, joined back there by number 22, Andy Durant, as the safeties on the kick. Last second substitution into the line for Hinsdale Central. Miscue on the kicking team. Snap from center is good. Kick is away. Angling for the far sideline. And bounces inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at about the 36-yard line, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers of Glenbard West.
That was a good punt by Brendan Lynch as he wanted to go for the sidelines, kick it away from the guys back for Glenbard West.
Doyle and Durant, of course, have shown very well on their punt returns so far this season. And the smart thing to do is just put it away from them. Don't give them a chance to hurt you. Let your offense, or your defense rather, have a chance to work on the offense from Glenbard West. And there they are. We gave you their starters before early in the contest with Scotty Plants, the quarterback. In motion, number 24, Pat Doyle, toward the line. And busting through the line there, Hinsdale Central snuffs the play as number 41, right outside linebacker Chris Austin, just gets all over Sven Gross.
Brought down by Rob.
Austin was blitzing into play, found a big hole, and he almost took the handoff.
Almost the situation that Dave described. As the ball was being handed off, Chris Austin was there and almost said, look what I have. Instead, he took a big hunk of green and white and put it to the turf. Loss on the play brings up a second down. We'll call it 15. Ball moved all the way back to the 30-yard line. 2nd and 15 for the Hilltoppers of West. Plants barks it out. Sets up the pass, has the field ball downfield, and we have what could be a pass interference penalty, but no penalty on the play, and the pass interception appears to be by number 41,
by
Chris Austin again. So Austin, a force here in the first series of offensive plays for Glenbard West. A defensive force, unfortunately.
Austin all over the field, made a big tackle to give him a loss, and then forced Glenbard West to throw the ball. And then he comes up with the interception.
Gives Dan Mahaney and his Red Devil teammates great field position at the 50-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Hinsdale Central. But they're in a real muddy part of the field, as you might be able to see on one of our high shots, and we have a penalty flag down now. A dead ball foul. Pointing to Glenbard West. We'll see what the call is.
Lined up in the neutral zone.
Offside is the call. It'll move it 5 yards forward. It'll be 1st and 5 at the 45 for Hinsdale Central. As referee Mike Vogel makes the call. The clock restarts with 8 minutes, 24 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of action. Homecoming day, Glenbard West, 1985. Dan Mahaney and the Red Devils of Hinsdale Central. Mahaney drops back to pass, sets up, slips just a bit, then gets his composure and overthrows his intended receiver. Out there, number 21, that is Kevin Ging, running out of one of the in spots. Actually, they call him the wide receiver on this ball club.
Well, Kevin Ging got open on the play, but as you mentioned, Mahaney slipped just before he threw the ball and was unable to get solid footing and plant before he threw. Consequently, the ball took off and sailed.
He planted, but then just as he was putting his weight, shifting his weight forward on the pass, he again kind of got a little loose, and that really did affect the pass. Full house backfield showing by Hinsdale Central. Big move up through the center of the line. Tackle is made by number 42. That from the Hilltoppers.
Chris Bixler.
Chris Bixler. And did you pick up the number of the carrier on that, Dave?
Looked like number 45, and that would have been Griff Anderson.
Griff Anderson, the ball carrier.
The game has just started, but already the uniforms are so muddy, it's hard to tell who is whom.
It's going to be tough by the end of the day. We'll just have to guess along with you as to who's out there sometimes. First down play, ball inside the 40-yard line. Call it the 39, 1st and 10. Mahaney back to pass. He's got a man open down the field, and it's nice defensive play done by number 22, Andy Durant. As he got in front of the intended receiver.
The tight end, Chris Sonderby, it looked like had about a half a step on Andy Durant, but Durant dived at the last moment and just got his hands on the ball to tip it away.
An excellent play by Durant as he broke up what could have been 6. It brings up a second down play for Hinsdale Central. Ball at the 39. We'll correct that. We said the 38 before. So 1st and 10 at the 39. 2nd and 10, rather, at the 39 on the incomplete pass. Of course, clock is stopped. Mahaney brings him back out, showing the full house backfield once again. Mahaney takes the snap. Lead back through the hole. Dives over center.
That's Griff Anderson again, looked like.
Well, it's somebody in red and white. Red, white, and muddy brown. Bring up a 3rd down play, a gain of just about a yard on the play. So we'll call it 3rd down and 9, Hinsdale Central. Center John Anderson breaks out of the huddle. An opportunity for the Hilltoppers to stop this drive. Mahaney slips again as he sets up, almost intercepted back there. It looks like Doyle on the interception, or possible interception. It bounced off of his shoulder pads and out of his hands. Incomplete pass brings up 4th down and 9 yards to go for the 1st down for Hinsdale Central. And again, we'll see Lynch back there to attempt the punt. With Doyle and Doyle dropping back into a single safety at this point. So they're anticipating Lynch's kick. Now here's a touchy situation because Lynch is kicking from a real muddy, sloggy kind of area. He slips just as he starts to boot it, but it is a good punt, and it will roll into the end zone for a touchback, and Hinsdale gives the ball up to Glenbard West, where West takes over 1st and 10 at the 20, their own 20. Second offensive possession for the Hilltoppers.
Well, that was a smart move by Pat Doyle because the ball would have come down inside the 10, and when it gets down that close to the end zone, you don't want to field it, especially on a muddy, sloppy day like today where there's a good chance of a fumble.
Take whatever yardage you can get when you can get it, no matter how. One of the axioms, of course, in football. So for the second time today, we see the Hilltoppers in their home green jerseys, white numerals, and white pants with green piping take the field for the offense. In motion, coming toward you, was Doyle. Handoff to Svengros.
No, Ellinger.
Ellinger, the ball carrier.
Scott Ellinger on the carry.
Ellinger got a nice hole over the left side and picked up about 5 yards on the play. Ed Volkner and Chris Larson opening up a hole on left guard and tackle.
We'll credit the tackle to the right side of that offensive line from Hinsdale Central. We just can't make out who that is over there. Brings up a second down play, a nice pickup on the play. We'll call it 6 yards on the play, so it brings up 2nd and 4. For West. Flag on the play. It's either a motion or too much time.
The referees discuss what the penalty is. Wiping off the ball.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, defense.
Whoa! Okay, I thought I saw somebody maybe leave a touch early, but no such case, as that is an encroachment penalty on Hinsdale Central. Moves the ball forward sufficiently for a 1st down, so the hitters get themselves a 1st down on the courtesy of the penalty. Ball moves across the 30 to the 31, where it's 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers. 5 minutes, 55 seconds in the first quarter, clock rolling, as Plants and company head back toward the line. Deuce backfield for Glenbard West. Plants gets under center. Quarterback keeper. Plants all by himself. Breaks one tackle. Almost breaks a second tackle before the pursuit gets there. Has close to a 1st down. It looks like it might be a 1st down across the 40-yard line. And he's advanced the ball sufficiently for a 1st down. 1st and 10. Hilltoppers at the 41, almost the 42-yard line.
Well, that was a design play all the way. Plans took the ball and seemed to take off before the Hinsdale Central defense was set.
It may have been planned, but I think the only plan there on that one appeared to have been between center Dave Howe and quarterback Scott Plants, because the rest of the line delayed on their takeoff from the ball. Howe snapped the ball just a touch early, it looked like. Plants took it and moved. 1st down. Glenbard West in motion. Stefani toward the line. Handoff, second back through the hole. Breaks one tackle, breaks through the line. Nice pickup by Dave Svengros.
To the 50-yard line.
Svengros just put his head down and kept going, picked up close to the 1st.
He picked up 8 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 2 for Glenbard West. The ball just short of the 50-yard line.
There you see the offense. Some of those people candidates for a good laundry detergent commercial.
Just about everybody's going to be ready for that today. And if we get any more rain and any heavy moisture situations, it's going to be a real quagmire out there. Plants barking the signals out. Deuce backfield. Doyle in motion once again. Handoff, second back through the hole. That's Scotty Ellinger. Moves the ball across the 50-yard line, enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10 for Glenbard West.
Once again, Ellinger using that left side and picked up just enough for the 1st and actually a couple more.
Looks like the right outside linebacker over there for Hinsdale Central, Chris Austin.
So they're over here.
Popped the tackle on that one. Clock is stopped for a moment. Officials timeout as they exchange the balls. We have 4 minutes, 21 seconds on the stadium clock. Dushan Field here at the campus of Glenbard West in Glen Ellen, downtown Glen Ellen. Beautiful sight out there today. Trees starting to turn.
Stand up so Colleen Meyer can find him.
West in the huddle, breaks it down. Dave Howell leads him out, gets himself set over the ball. Okay, handoff again, this time to Svengros. He's hit right at the 50-yard line. And again, it's one of the linebackers there,
John Remigis.
John Remigis breaking through the line.
Cracking for the tackle. It's a loss on the play of about 4, so it'll bring up second down. We'll call it 14 yards to go for a first down for Hinsdale Central. Ball moves back into Glenbard West territory at the 49-yard line. You can't really tell real well how muddy it is on your screen right there, but right where they're setting up on that far hash mark, it is really a mess. Stunt showed by Hinsdale Central. They hit Plants as he lets the ball go downfield. Nice play by Andy Durant as he saved a possible interception in and out of the hands of Kevin Ging, the left cornerback.
It looked like Ging was going to get a sure interception, but Durant just hung in there and tied him up, stuck his hand in there, and got his hand on the ball.
Popped that ball away, otherwise it would have been going the other way down the field for the red and white. But now the green and white keeps it. Brings up a third down, still 14 yards to go. Third and long on the incomplete pass. Clock stops, 3:08, first quarter. No score in the contest. The prelim today, the Glenbard West sophomores defeated Hinsdale Central sophomores 8-6 over at Ackerman Field, remaining undefeated on the season. Plants passes down the field, intercepted! And the interception goes to the right cornerback over there.
Zimmerer, number 30.
Intercepted by Phil Chung.
Chung with the interception.
30, Rick Zimmerer.
So the second interception on the day of a Scott Plants pass. Say that 5 times real fast. Scott Plants pass. And gives the ball back to Dan Mahoney and the Hinsdale Central Red Devils. The ball at the 25-yard line.
It's the second turnover of the day. Both coming by interceptions.
Mahoney hands to the second back through the hole. Stacked up at the line. No gain on the play, perhaps.
That was Brendan Lynch. It looks like he may have lost about a yard.
They'll probably give him his forward progress, so we'll call it no gain on the play. 2nd and 10, Nordmeyer with the tackle. So Central trying to grind it out here. They have been successful on a couple of the pass plays that they have tried. And he calls it off again. Spins, hands off. Keeps the ball. Option play by Mahoney. Snowed under by the left side of the defense for Glenbard West.
He faked a handoff to Griff Anderson up the middle, but he decided to keep the ball, and Chad Alcorn read the play very well and made a diving tackle on the right side. Did not let Mahoney make the turn it upfield.
Or they also shut it down pretty well as the pursuit surrounded it, so he couldn't option off. Alcorn, the senior defensive end there, 6'2", 200 pounds.
Today, please stop by our G-Teens table. The Glenbard West G-Teens has stationery on sale. All money raised through the stationery is donated to charity through the G-Teens of Glenbard West.
Mahoney sets up for the quick pass. Intercepted by Glenbard West. Nice play by left outside linebacker Eric Jensen. And the turnover goes to the favor of the Hilltoppers as the ball goes down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers with 1:16 remaining in the first quarter.
1st and 10 for the hitters.
It was a nice play by Eric Jensen. He read the play, leaped in front of the intended receiver, and picked off the pass.
I got so excited I didn't even remember who the intended receiver was there as he was making the curl in toward the middle. So that's the first turnover of the day for Hinsdale Central's Red Devils. And actually the best of the turnovers so far as field position is concerned. We're cranking under a minute. Handoff over the right side of the offensive line is Svengros. Picks up maybe a yard, maybe 2 on the roll in the effort. And it looks like they're going to spot it about a 1-yard gain, so bring up 2nd down and 9 for Glenbard West.
Well, inside the 15 here, it's going to be tough yardage because Hinsdale Central will be stacking that middle of the line.
We have a full house here today as far as the fans are concerned. As we said, kind of an off-again, on-again day as far as the weather. So far, the heavy rain has stayed away. In motion, Stefani toward the line. Spin move by Plants. Hands off to Ellinger. Great second effort by Ellinger. Pops the ball to the 10-yard line. And a pickup of 3, maybe 4 on the play brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go. 3rd and 5, we'll call it, as the first quarter expires. And we'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after this timeout. Glenbard West on Group W. This afternoon, homecoming for Glenbard West.
In the crowd celebrating a golden anniversary.
Get ready for an all-new Monday night lineup with 3 critically acclaimed series.
Really exciting, isn't it?
First, Sean Cassidy is coming of age in Breaking Away, based on the blockbuster movie. Then,
There's someone else, isn't there?
it's Diana, and we guarantee she'll seduce you, too.
You are now in Japanese prison camp.
And backed by popular demand is our hit series, Tenko. Monday nights never look better with an all-new lineup on arts and entertainment.
Keeping track of that. Really? I have to look for you. You said you lost. Second quarter action just about ready to begin. We reloaded the clock with 12 minutes, and Glenbard West on the move. Ball at the 10-yard line, courtesy of an intercepted pass by Eric Jensen, and a couple of running plays by the West offense, moving the ball to the 10. It is a 3rd down and 5 situation for Glenbard West.
Earlier today, our freshman B team defeated the Hinsdale B team by a score of 18-0.
Looks like a big winning day so far for the Hilltoppers as the freshman team wins, the sophomore team wins, and remains undefeated on the season. And hopefully the varsity will do the same, right, Dave Newman?
That's right. The varsity is 6-0 on the year, going for win number 7 overall, number 5 in the conference.
Plants and company back at it. Stefani in motion. Plants keeps the ball around the near side. He gets the ball across the 5-yard line. Looks like to the 3, and might be enough for, it is enough for a first down. Glenbard West first and goal.
Well, the right cornerback, Rick Zimmerer, had to come up to make the tackle, and it looked, well, that would have been a touchdown-saving tackle. Stops him 4 yards from the end zone.
Scott Plants disguised the ball very well, faking the run into the center of the line. Keep it and come around, keeping it and coming around the near side. And as Dave identified, Zimmerer having to come up and make the tackle on the play. So it's a first and goal situation. Ball moved back a little bit then from the spot I thought they would have had. So it's just across the 5-yard line where it's first and goal. In motion, that's Durant. Pitch back to Sven-Gross. Sven-Gross, touchdown, Glenbard West.
Dave Sven-Gross on a slight play right over the middle. Found a big hole, and he just kept running forward, lunging in for the touchdown, and Glenbard West gets on the scoreboard.
At the 11:28 mark of the second quarter, it's the Hilltoppers going out on top of the Red Devils, 6-0. And now for the extra point, we'll see Scotty Plants attempt the PAT on the kick. And a real nice movement of the ball taking place after the interception by Glenbard West. And Eric Jensen, the man that really keyed this starting score as far as that's concerned. Scotty Plants, the holder, is
Tommy
Streitberger misses the extra point, so it's 6-0. And we'll be back with the kickoff to Hinsdale Central right after this timeout on Group W.
Weekdays are fun days on the Super Station. First at 4:35 Eastern, laugh with America's Super Family, the Brady Bunch. Next, who's that goofy kid?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Leave it to Beaver. Then get down to basics. With the Beverly Hillbillies. Great American laughs are on us. Weekdays, starting at 4:35 Eastern on Super Station, WTBS.
We're back. Kickoff coming as the Hilltoppers have scored on the Central Red Devils, and here with the play-by-play, Dave Newman.
Yeah, there's the kick by Joe Bruno, bouncing in, and it's a loose ball, and falling on it inside his own 25-yard line is...
I can't get the number for you,
Can't get the number here for Hinsdale
totally
Central.
Muddy.
But anyway, it was a
Griff
line
Anderson.
drive kick.
Griff Anderson, we're told.
Bob Stenman downing Joe Bruno's kick.
So the Red Devils of Hinsdale Central will start things off at about their own 24-yard line. There you get a look at the defense for the Glenbard West Hilltoppers. They lead 6-0 after a 4-yard run by Dave Swingross at 11:28. Dan Mahaney at quarterback for Hinsdale Central. Got 3 men in the backfield. Handoff going to
Anderson.
over the middle, going to Anderson. There's a fumble. And Glenbard West is saying they've got the ball, and now the officials come in to sort things out.
West ball. Alcorn with
Looks like Chad Alcorn has recovered a fumble. They're going to see if the runner was down before he lost the ball, though. Now they're saying that the whistle had blown as Tom Gallardi had made the tackle before the ball popped loose.
Well, that's probably a good call. His forward progress had stopped, and then as he had kind of went up after the whistle, the ball popped loose. So
that was a jarring tackle by Gallardi.
Just couldn't hear the whistle up here, however, with the fans going nuts in the stands.
So it's 2nd down, 1 yard to go. Well, not
Call it 2nd and 8, Dave.
2nd and 8. Mahaney dropping back to pass under a heavy rush. There's a throw over the middle, and it is caught by Sonderby, the tight end, at the 30-yard line.
Pass complete.
Tackled by Dave
Swingross.
Sonderby made the catch, and Swingross was right there to pop him down for the tackle.
And he really nailed him. Alcorn got blocked out of the play. Alcorn was moving in on Mahaney and got picked up by the the right side tackle and just got nailed.
So it's 3rd down. Call it about 5 yards to go for Hinsdale Central.
3rd down play.
6 men on the line for the Hilltoppers. They're showing sign of blitz. There's a handoff over the middle, and a big pile up there just across the 30-yard line. Jensen and Swingross in on the tackle.
Danny Brennan was blitzing on that play.
And we can't tell who the running back was. A lot of messy uniforms out there.
On the carry.
Looks like Renahan made the
Jensen
the carry.
We'll call it Renahan. We'll agree with the stadium announcer on that one.
But it's now 4th down and 3, so Brendan Lynch is going to have to punt the ball. Lynch standing at about his own 20-yard line.
Pat Doyle sets up between the 40 and the 35-yard line.
He's the lone safety. The snap is high. Gets the kickoff. It's almost blocked by Jensen.
Nice punt nonetheless.
Punt
and this
bounces
is
at the 30. It's rolling down and just dies inside the 20-yard line. Call it about the 18-yard line.
From their own 19-yard line.
Well, Pat Doyle decided to let that ball go, and it bounced and just died in the mud at about the 18-yard line.
I think on second thought he might have wanted to field that because Brendan Lynch got himself a real nice punt there. It turned over as it hit the ground. It took a Hinsdale Central bounce. And they have the Hilltoppers moved all the way back to the maybe 19-yard line where the spot is, 1st and 10.
So the Hilltoppers have a long way to go.
But once again, it puts that Hinsdale Central defense right back out on the field. They're not getting much rest here in the opening half.
Scott Plans at quarterback. In motion to the near side is Pat Doyle. There's a handoff. Goes to, looks like Ellinger.
Got Ellinger on the carry.
Big hole over the middle, and Ellinger bounces out to about the 25-yard line.
Chris Austin assist on the tackle.
Austin.
Pickup of about 6 yards for Ellinger. Well, the Hilltoppers once again moving the ball very well on the ground.
They open up some nice holes. I'll tell you, that forward wall of the Hinsdale Central offense of Pajak, Bush, Armstrong, Murky, and Bulger really can open it up.
A long huddle for the Hilltoppers.
This is the West offense. I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong side of my card.
8:04 left in the first half. Hilltoppers on top, 6-0.
And we'll credit Faulkner, Larson, Howe, Jensen, and Gallardi. Sorry.
Stefani in motion. On the keeper is Scott Plans going straight over the middle. And it looks like he picks up a couple of yards.
Nosing toward the first down there. Bring up a 3rd down play. Call it 2.
3rd and short. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Well, the last time we saw Scott Plans run, he picked up about 8 yards. So he tried the same play again, but
on a real nifty keeper play as he came and sweeping around left end, did a nice job and had actually set up that touchdown as it was 1st and goal on the next play. Svengros took it in for the TD.
Glenbard West shuttling in a flanker. Pat Doyle wide to the right side. Pro set backfield. The ends are in tight. Doyle is in motion. There's a pitch out to Ellinger, sweeping the right side. He's got a block, and he dives across the 30, out near the 33-yard line. It looks like it's enough for the first down, and it is.
And a real nifty block being set over there on the far side by Faulkner to pop Ellinger loose for the first down. Really nice block.
Walker, the left tackle, pulled on the play, and that was the key block. Got him the first down. So now Jay Stefani comes in. Pat Doyle comes out as Coach Jim Covert brings in another play from the sidelines. There you get a look at the defensive front line of the Hinsdale Central Red Devils.
Under 7 minutes for the half at 6:55 and counting.
Swingross, Ellinger in the backfield. Plans dropping back to throw. He's got some time. Throwing it out on the right side. It's caught by the tight end Alcorn. Alcorn is still on his feet across the 50, down inside of the 45-yard line. And he is forced out of bounds at the 42-yard line of Hinsdale Central.
And Alcorn looked like one of those Northwestern freight trains moving down the sideline over there. Forced out of bounds by two Hinsdale Central Red Devils after he cracked one.
Alcorn caught the ball and just rolled on his way down for a big pickup. That was a pickup of close to 30 yards.
They call that in the parlance of the sportscasters rumbling down the field.
Felt the vibrations all the way up here in the press box. So now they're in good field position just outside the 40-yard line of, call it the 42 of Hinsdale Central.
West on the move once again with the ball.
Pat Doyle in motion. There's a handoff to the second man to Swingross. Trying to sweep the right side, and he is pushed out of bounds after a short gain. Looks like Kevin Ging had to come up from the secondary to help out on the tackle.
Phil Chung also combining there for the stop on the sideline, far side, brings up second down play. Little gain, actually no gain on the play, so we'll call it 2nd and 10, Dave.
2nd down and 10. As Swingross was unable to turn the corner, quick pursuit from the secondary forced him out of bounds.
It looks like Chung may have, Armstrong rather, stacked up that play as Swingross was trying to make the turn around the right side.
A two tight end formation for the Hilltoppers. Andy Durant wide to the left side. Back to pass his plans, throwing down the left side, and Durant had slipped and fallen inside the 40-yard line. The pass goes incomplete.
He was running a pass pattern that was designed to push the defender back as he was looking like he was going straight down the field, a quick cut and then a stop, moving toward the sideline. And as he tried to make his cut toward the near side, he just went flat, feet going out from underneath him. And that's what's going to happen on a day like today.
So now 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Durant will stay in the ball game.
Doyle came in too during that switch there.
Two tight end formation. John Nordmeyer on the right side. John McDonald on the near side, tight end. And now Pat Doyle calling timeout.
Timeout because there were too many men on the field for Glenbard West as number 22, Andy Durant, started to come off the field, then was told to go back on the field, but in the meantime, Pat Doyle had come into the lineup, and when they lined up, they were 12 strong on the field.
And what they meant to do, Nordmeyer's now coming out. They had two tight ends and two wide receivers. Now the other tight end, McDonald, is coming out, so a bit of a mix-up on the play.
And Durant, very, very calmly, just walked over to the Hinsdale Central sideline, kind of looking out of place there, standing all in his green and white.
The volleyball team is fighting for the conference title with only 2 conference games left.
There you get a look at Dushan Field. The leaves are starting to turn here in the early autumn. There's Lake Ellen off to the right. There you get a look at both benches. The Hilltopper bench on the near side, and of course the visitors on the far side, the Red Devils.
Stadium announcer just talking about the Glenbard West volleyball program. The Lady Spikers doing a real nice job on this season. Currently being ranked 12th in one of the, actually in the AP poll they're ranked 12th. And they have a chance to win themselves a West Suburban Conference Championship if they can pick up a win in the next 2 conference games, the next of which is the two home games this week, actually. Proviso on Tuesday of this coming week, this being recorded on Saturday.
Scott Plans back behind the quarterback. We're set up. Doyle wide to the right. Durant on the left. Back to pass his Plans. Heavy rush. Plans on the keeper, running for his life on the left side. He's picking up some yards. He's inside the 35-yard line. And
flag down on the play.
There's a flag on the play, but Plans, twisting and turning, dodging tacklers, managed to pick up some yards, but it looks as though that's all going to come back. Plans was unable to find anybody open, so he had to get out of the pocket quickly. Actually, he was chased out of the pocket by Sonderby, and among others.
We have a clip call, Dave, on Glenbard West on that play, and sometimes when the play breaks down like that, and you get the quarterback to scramble, and those linemen are trying to help protect him, and things get a little squirrely out there, and had somebody clip a Hinsdale Central player, and that's going to move it way back, a 15-yarder against the Hilltoppers.
And that obviously will set up another passing situation, and the Red Devils came charging on the last play on the blitz, and
up here in the press box today, we're joined by the silvered pen devil of the Daily Journal Sports Department, Tom Horvath. We've been having a chance to talk off and on as we break away. Of course, Tom covering Glenbard West for the Daily Journal.
There's the defensive lineup for the Red Devils. Getting set to make a last stand. There's 5 men up at the line.
And this is what you call the third down in Kentucky play.
That's right. And now he's joined by a 6th man, so they're going to throw in everything but the kitchen sink to try to get after Scott Plans, a quarterback. Durant wide right, dropping back his Plans. Heavy rush, throwing over the middle hand.
Oh, yes, yes.
As the left outside linebacker grabbed Scott Ellinger out of the backfield and held onto him as the ball was coming in his directions.
Anderson grabbing him before he had a chance to get his hands on the ball. Just a tick of timing that takes place there, and that'll bring up a first down and 10, so kind of a gift from Hinsdale Central to the Hilltoppers.
Well, Anderson was a bit eager to make the tackle, and he hit him hard before the ball even came there, so now the referee is marching off the yardage.
Now, the yardage won't be enough to make the first down, but I do believe that this is enough to
it's an automatic first down on a pass interference play. So the yardage, as you say, is not the crucial thing. It's getting back that first down. Otherwise, they would have had a 3rd and 25. So now first down and 10, some new hope that might add a spark to this Glenbard West drive that seemed to sputter for a moment or two.
Interesting call on that play, too, because it was just a short flare pass across the line, and with the amount of yardage that they needed for the first down, I didn't see that that was going to develop into the first down play that they needed. But it's a first down play nonetheless for Glenbard West.
Back to pass again is Plans. He's got some time. Now being chased out of the pocket. Throwing long across the middle, and it is intercepted. Still on his feet is number 30, Zimmerer. Rick Zimmerer being chased out of bounds, and he is flung down to the ground by Scott Ellinger. He is thrown down at his 20-yard line.
Zimmerer on the interception, thrown out of bounds by
that is the 3rd interception today for Scott Plans, and he's been having some problems going deep. And Rick Zimmerer picking off his 2nd pass of the afternoon.
His interception ratio had been very good so far on the season. Today is going to hurt that stat as out there on the near side for Hinsdale Central, Rick Zimmerer picks off another one. Zimmerer is listed in the program, by the way, as a quarterback.
Yes, he is. 2nd string or 3rd string quarterback, Rick Zimmerer. 3rd string. No, make it 2nd string quarterback. Rick Zimmerer is doing a fine job at the right cornerback position.
5 minutes, 25 seconds remaining, first half. Glenbard West out on top, 6-zip over Hinsdale Central.
Mahaney on the keeper, slips and falls and fumbles the ball. The ball is loose and Glenbard West recovers. So after the interception, the very next play, Hinsdale Central gives the ball back on a fumble.
Ball at the 20, recovery of the fumble by number 21, Danny Brennan.
Correct on the recovery.
Well, Mahaney was trying to sweep the left side, but he slipped and fell, and when he hit the turf, the ball popped loose. So Glenbard West getting another break. The last time they got a turnover was at the 15-yard line, and they ran it in for the touchdown. And now they've got the ball at the 20. Another golden opportunity for the Hilltoppers.
Sign of a good ball club is always to take advantage of the mistakes that are presented to you by the opposition. So far, the one big mistake made by the Central Red Devils, Glenbard West took advantage.
Handoff goes to Swengross, off right tackle, big hole, and he bursts his way down to the 15-yard line. Dave Swengross running over the right side, and Eric Jensen and Tom Gallardi open up a big hole for him.
Pick up a 4 on the play, Dave. Call it 2nd down and 6.
Well, the Hilltoppers having some success moving the ball on the ground. Now shuttling in is Jay Stefani. Coming out to the sidelines is Pat Doyle, number 24. 2nd down and 6, ball just across the 15-yard line. Swengross and Ellinger in the backfield. Stefani out to the right side. Double tight end formation. Coming to the near side, Stefani. There's the handoff, and caught and trapped in the backfield is Scott Ellinger. Well, Hinsdale Central was ready for that call, and Ellinger losing about 2 yards on the play.
Tackle being led there by number 41. Who else? Chris Austin one more time. 3:55, clock rolling in the half.
So now it's 3rd down. Call it 9.
Defensively, Chris Austin has been playing like a man possessed for Coach Strode's Red Devils.
Well, he's got some big tackles, and he also has 1 interception on the day, 1 of 3. So now it's 3rd down and 9. 3:32 and ticking left in the first half. Plans and company having the ball at the 19. Plans drops back to throw. Tries to set his feet down, throwing across the middle, and a diving grab there by Andy Durant.
They say it was a good reception at the goal line.
Durant making the catch at the goal line, just inches short of a touchdown. An acrobatic grab out there by Andy Durant.
Call at the 1.5-yard line.
A sign of good concentration by Durant as he hauled the ball in and managed to hang on after he hit the ground.
So Durant
sliding catch. So now,
a couple of heads-up plays by Durant so far in the game. You remember earlier in the first quarter as he knocked away a possible interception, and now the reception near the goal line.
First down a goal at the 3-yard line. Deuce backfield. Handoff goes to Ellinger, bursting over the middle, and
short.
Just inches short of a touchdown. Scott Ellinger has been the big man down near the goal line the past, well, all season. He's got 7 touchdowns in his last 2 games, and there he was stopped inches short of his 8th touchdown in 3 games.
Ellinger, the hero last week in the LT game, scoring with about 3 minutes left.
We're going to call it 2nd down and 2.5 inches.
You couldn't get much closer to the goal line.
By the stadium announcer.
The Hinsdale Central defense is trying to make a goal line stand here on 2nd down. Inches to go. Swingross and Ellinger in the backfield. Plans calls out the signal. Handoff goes to Swingross, and he is stacked up at the goal line, and he is pushed back for what may be a loss of a couple inches.
Chris Austin in on that play. He wasn't the lead tackle on that, however. We'll say that number 81 appeared to be the lead on that.
A tough goal line defense by the Red Devils of Hinsdale Central. They're not giving an inch down there.
I thought I saw a red number 81, but I guess I didn't.
And now we've got a timeout called by the Hilltoppers as they want to carefully consider what they want to do. Hinsdale Central has shown a tough goal line stand.
Doing a dynamite job, I'll tell you that, as they're stacking up the Hilltoppers as every effort they make to try and penetrate to make the score. They've anticipated where the ball was going to go, almost as if they were in the Glenbard West huddle. They have been there the moment the ball is making penetration at the line of scrimmage.
There you see both teams huddling offensively and defensively, trying to determine what they want to do. Glenbard West on their 1 scoring drive and also this drive have moved the ball well on the ground, but things have started to slow down for them near the goal line.
The obvious import of this game for Glenbard West is there. We probably don't need to discuss that too much, obviously, with an undefeated season going. A loss probably wouldn't hurt them that much, except it would throw the conference into a 3-way tie. However, this is the kind of game for Hinsdale Central. You come in here during a homecoming day, you come in on a field that's not the greatest, and they can come away, and if they were to take this now, make the stop here, and then turn this game around, it would be their season. We have 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the first half.
And we understand that York is out ahead of Oak Park 14-3 in the 2nd quarter. Of course, by the time you're watching this game, that'll be a final.
So the number 2 and number 3 teams in the conference tied there.
All right, on 3rd down and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. Plans lines it up. He's got Swingross and Ellinger in the backfield. There's a handoff to Swingross.
Touchdown!
With a touchdown. Dave Swingross on a 1-yard dive.
Touchdown.
Makes it a 12-0 ball game.
Went over that right side behind Eric Jensen and Tommy Gallardi. And they did the job, opened up the hole for Swingross to make the dive.
With 1:47 left in the half, that was a big touchdown. Time running out here in the first half.
Stretches the West lead 12-zip now in the first half of play with 1 minute 47 seconds remaining. So that didn't take long to accomplish.
Not at all. Well, that's the 2nd touchdown of the day for Swingross. Both of them have come on drives after turnovers deep in Hinsdale Central territory.
From the way they're huddling, I would think that Glenbard West is going to attempt the two-point conversion.
Well, after they missed the kick on the first one, they want to make it up with a two-pointer here, and that would give them a 14-0 lead.
It probably wouldn't be a bad strategy for the rest of the day, because where that ball has got to be placed for the point-after kick, it's just terrible. I don't know if they get them any time during the day.
So they're going for two. Plants dropping back, pitch out to Ellinger, sweeping the right side, comes over the middle, and he scores for the two-point conversion.
For the 2 points.
Started out right and cut back over the middle, and Scott Ellinger found a big hole.
Nice drive by Glenbard West.
With 1:47, it's 14-0.
There was a time when this drive was in trouble, Dave Newman.
We'll be back after this on your Glenbard Sports Station.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lindsey Nelson. In over 35 years of football announcing, I've seen many exciting games. This fall is no exception. Superstation WTBS brings you the thrill of college football every Saturday, as Super Football Saturday brings you the top teams from the top conferences nationally. Join Bob Neal and Tim Foley afternoons for the best of the Southeastern Conference. Then stay tuned for primetime action with Paul Horning and myself. That's Super Football Saturday each week on Superstation WTBS.
We're back live. It's 14-0. Glenbard West, Joe Bruno gets a wobbly kick away, hits the ground inside the 30, and the ball just is picked up by Hinsdale Central and being shoved out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Trying to find out what uniform number. Looks like 33.
Eric Jensen on the tackle.
And the ball carrier was Brendan Lynch.
Brendan Lynch, who picked up the ball and ran. Well, there's 1:43 left to go in the first half. Not much time for the Hinsdale Central Red Devils to mount a drive. They'll start things off from their own 31-yard line.
Tough place to be. Back against the wall, really.
Well, Dan Mahaney is going to have to get things going in a hurry. 3 men in the backfield. Handoff goes, looks like Lynch maybe, out across the 30-yard line to about the 33. Pickup of maybe a couple of yards.
Like
sit here and watch what's happening down there when they show that full house backfield from Hinsdale Central. Kind of reminds me of the good old days of Hank Stram's Kansas City Chiefs, especially with the red and white uniforms.
Exactly. We're just missing Otis Taylor out there.
Yeah, we'd love to have somebody like that. 1 minute remaining in the first half.
Pickup of 3 on the play as Flashberger was credited with the tackle. Mahaney lining up. Handoff. Over the middle it goes. It's still on his feet and diving out now close to the 40-yard line.
Hudlow.
Hudlow on the run.
Hey, coach, you're supposed to snap the clock.
On the run was
Brett Turek on the carry. Brought down by Pat Doyle.
Pat Doyle on a tackle, and now the Red Devils want a timeout here with 43 seconds left in the half. There you get a look at the crowd in the backdrop. That's the visitors' crowd. A full house here on the near side as it's homecoming for the
also at this time our girls cross country team
big full day of activities, of course.
Conference competition.
Is what you have.
And we really like to wish them
the parade this morning.
Despite the rain, they got that parade in.
And the floats are across the way. We get a shot of them a little later on. We have one there, Sinkum. I can't read the lettering on another one. And
there you see the cheerleaders.
If we pan just to the right of that, in that frame, you'll see the floats, the remnants of the homecoming parade from this morning.
How old is he?
Coming up tonight, of course, the big homecoming dance that everybody gets cranked up about, and a lot of fun to be had.
There are the floats.
Guys and gals get dressed up and have a night out on the town.
Young kid, huh?
And then there's one just kind of off the property over there underneath the trees out of the way. I've been trying to figure out what that one is. Anyway, we'll go back to action with Dave Newman.
All right, Dan Mahaney lines up over the center. Fakes a handoff, dropping back to pass, rolling out to his left side, throwing down the sideline, and it is incomplete. That was intended, broken up by Durant on the play.
Ryan Blockovich, the intended receiver on that, Dan.
So the ball was thrown a little bit high as Blockovich went up for the ball. He was hit by Andy Durant to break it up.
Blockovich, that's one of those neat football kind of names. What's your name? Blockovich. What do you do? I play football.
We had a guy for Wheaton Central, Mike Hammer.
Yes, we had him.
That was a good football name. Brian Blockovich. Second down, 10 yards to go with 37 seconds left in the first half. Mahaney wipes off his muddy hands, leans over the center, Dropping back to throw, slips as he drops back, but he's got some time. Throwing it down to the left side. Ooh, the catch out there and dropping the ball.
Oh, my. Andy Durant broke in front of that play. Almost had one of those one-handed interceptions. If he had gotten it, it would have been downtown.
Almost a game-breaking play, but Bobby Brown dropped the ball. Looked like he was looking upfield to run before he actually had the ball in his possession.
On the subject of names, the right end for Hinsdale Central is John Murky, a great name for a day like today, especially out on this field.
That's right. Overcast, rainy day. There is the defensive setup for the Hilltoppers.
And our producer is going nuts down in the truck right now with the pun on that one, I'm sure. We'll hear about it after the game.
32 seconds left. It's 3rd down and 10. Almost a squadron left, but they do have a man in the slot. One lone setback. Mahaney dropping back to throw. Throwing it over the middle to Jay Sonderby, and he is hammered over the middle. And on the tackle is Swingross, but there's a flag over on the left side of the field.
Chris Sonderby on the catch, brought down by Dave Swingross.
So Sonderby is tackled at the 45-yard line if the play stands up. Now the referee...
Where that flag was thrown, it looks like it might be a pass interference. Well, holding
defensive
call.
Holding. It looks they may have been holding one of the receivers downfield.
Trying to delay him as he made his move.
So,
should be a first down. It should be for Hinsdale Central.
Well, they still have 55 yards to go, and they only have 26 seconds to do it. So Mahaney has to move the ball in a hurry. Now the official marking the ball off, taking a few steps, and they're bringing it down inside Glenbard West territory at the 49.
It's an automatic first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 49.
And the ball moves into Glenbard West territory, just into West territory at the 49. 26 seconds remaining here in the first half of action as the clock rolls.
Sonderby, the tight end, left, and they've got a receiver right. 3 men in the backfield. They're going to run with the ball, and the handoff goes to someone on Hinsdale Central as he dives across the middle down near the 45-yard line.
30. Looks like Brendan Lynch was the carrier on that one.
Looked as though Lynch was, but... And they're going to, with 5 seconds left and 4, they'll try to get one last play off. 2, 1, and that's it. That'll do it for the first half.
At the end of the first half with the score.
The score, Glenbard West 14, Hinsdale Central, nothing.
And it's homecoming day here at Glenbard West, and happy mood will be set in the stands at halftime. We'll be back with second half action. Dan Newman and Scott Wager with you here on Group W Sports. Fight song going in the background, and well, it should be a fight song because Glenbard West is doing a good job at fighting today. Up 14-0 at the half over Hinsdale Central's Red Devils. Homecoming Day 1985, honoring the classes of past years, and just a kind of a fun day activity. During halftime, we had a chance to talk with Brad Palmer, ABC Channel 7 in Chicago. Tom Horvath.
Tom Horvath is the big name.
From the Daily Journal. Yeah, of course, Tom, a much greater persona than Brad, of course.
Well, there we see Rob Belser, number 42, will be the one kicking off. It'll be the first kickoff today for Hinsdale Central.
And Tom can now take the knife out of my back, as I said the nice thing about him.
Belser, a line drive kick. Bounces a few times on the ground. It's fielded there, almost. Picked up there by Pat Doyle. Doyle lunging over the middle, getting out close to about the 20 to the 28-yard line.
Pat Doyle on a return, be 1st and 10 for the hitters as we start.
A little slithering and sliding going on out there now, because after the halftime, you had the Hilltopper band out there and the pom-pom squad and the cheerleaders, and it's just added to the wear and tear on the field, especially if we get the high shot. You'll be able to see the center of the field looking just terrible. You can see it there now where the Hinsdale Central players are lined up.
A lot of footprints out there. Scott Plans and company ready to start the second half. They lead 14-0, courtesy of 2 Dave Swingross runs. Handoff going to Ellinger. Ellinger over the right side, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and he is gang tackled out there to the 35-yard line.
Zimmerer on the tackle for one.
Ellinger was tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but he kept on going and picked up 6 yards on the play.
Armstrong and Zimmerer on the tackle. Stefani makes the switch with Doyle coming out.
Ellinger, a very strong runner, and you'll see him give second effort just about every time he touches the football. 2nd down and 4. Ball at their own 35-yard line for Glenbard West. Double tight end formation. Deuce backfield. In the slot now in motion is Jay Stefani coming to the near side. Handoff goes to Swengross. The second man through, tripped in the backfield. He stumbles out across the 35, picking up maybe a yard out to the 36-yard line, but no more than that.
Armstrong crashing through there, making the trip again as he tripped up Ellinger just after the handoff. Stefani in motion was blocking down on that end on this side, and Blake could have developed if Armstrong hadn't gotten an arm in there.
3rd down and 3. Ball at the 37 of Glenbard West. Ends are in tight. Alcorn and Nordmeyer, the tight ends. There's a pitch out. Goes to Ellinger over the right side. Gets a block. Cuts back inside over the middle, and he's out near the 40-yard line.
First down.
First down for the Hilltoppers. Ellinger weaving his way through traffic, picks his way out to the 40-yard line, and a first down for Glenbard West.
Moving the ball smartly now, and of course you'll probably see the ball on the ground quite a bit here in the second half with a 14-0 lead, using the pass only probably to get themselves out of the long yardage situation.
Seems that Glenbard West has been moving the ball well on the ground, and in addition, as you say, they want to run out the clock and protect this lead. 1st and 10 at the 40. Plans calling out the signals, and there's a whistle as the play just gets underway. So flags flying all over the place. We'll see what the call is. May have been illegal motion, or
the way it was thrown was either a motion, a delay of game, or an offside
penalty. Could be offsides
penalty
against the defense.
It's against the defense because they're moving back. Encroachment.
And there you have it. Encroachment on the defense, so it'll be a 5-yard walk-off. So the ball is moved now to the 45-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 5 for Glenbard West. Coach Jim Colbert shuttles out Jay Stefani, moves in Pat Doyle at wide receiver. A 2 tight end formation, 2 men in the backfield, and Pat Doyle slot right. A backfield of Swengross and Ellinger. Now plans is moving them around and moving Swengross to the right side. Showing signs of a blitz. Handoff goes Ellinger. Big hole over the middle, and he still on his feet. Bulls his way out to the 50-yard line. Behind some good blocking. We see Ed Faulkner, number 71, in there on the blocking. Almost a 10-yard pickup for Swengross.
Ball just short of the first down.
Make it a 5-yard pickup.
And interesting that play got
first down.
Okay, they call it a first down. Interesting that play got itself together because there was some confusion with the placement of the backs as Plants looking to the sideline and then looking to his backs, moving them around just before the snap of the ball.
Swengross going out for the first time, and in at running back number 20, that'll be Tom Streitberger, joins Ellinger in the backfield. Pitch out goes to Streitberger, behind a block by Ellinger, still on his feet. Now he stumbles as he gets across midfield, and he rolls his way out to the 45-yard line.
And his uniform is now dirty.
Yep, well, he's got initiated. Actually, Streitberger is the man who kicks the extra points, so he was in on one play earlier today. Scott Plans and Ellinger both leading the charge on the sweep to the left side.
That's all. Thank you.
Nice job there by the left side of the offensive line for Glenbard West.
2nd and 5 as the ball is inside Hinsdale Central Territory, just outside their 45, called the 46-yard line. Stefani slot left. Streitberger and Ellinger in the backfield. Pitch out goes again to Streitberger, leading the charge, and he is submarined as he gets to the line of scrimmage, so it probably will be no gain, as once they tried to run the same play twice in a row as Plans and Ellinger leading the charge around the left side. But Ted Pajek read the play very well, and Submarine just chopped the legs out from under Tom Streitberger.
Today, WGHS is manning the concession stand.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 5.
Hot dogs and pop today because they were not able to sell during the sophomore game. So let's help support WGHS. Let's get down and buy 2 hot dogs.
7:44 remaining in the third quarter. Glenbard West still up 14-0. 3rd and 5. Plans dropping back, he'll throw. He's got some protection. Now he's rolling out to his right side, throwing on the run, and it's intended for Chad Alcorn,
intercepted by Central.
And now it's intercepted. It was tipped away by Zimmerer and into the hands of Armstrong.
Pass was intercepted by John Armstrong.
So John Armstrong, Johnny on the spot, picking up the tip on the pass, and those tip drills do work out from time to time, gentlemen.
Left outside linebacker Armstrong.
4th interception on the day for Scott Plants and the West Hilltoppers, with 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in third quarter action.
Dan Mahaney at quarterback still for the Red Devils. 3 men in the backfield has been the pattern all day long. Handoff goes over the middle, looks like Griff Anderson, and he squirts. That was Anderson, and he lunges and squirts his way out to the 43-yard line.
Just like the bar of soap in the shower, it looked like.
It's like trying to grab a greased pig out there.
Now, have you ever tried to grab a greased pig?
I've seen it done.
That's a chore.
I've seen it done. I've seen it attempted, I should say. 2nd down and 7 on a 3-yard pickup by Anderson right over the middle of the line.
Well, at least.
Mahaney back, he's going to throw, throwing it out to the left sideline, and it is caught and dropped out there by number 88, Brian Blockovich.
Mahaney's passing complete.
And on the coverage is Durant and Brennan.
Dan Brennan on the coverage.
Kind of unfortunate because Blockovich had the ball, and as he was rolling over, he could have cradled it, but just couldn't get the handle on it.
That's a break for Glenbard West.
Brings up a 3rd down, call it 6 yards to go for Hinsdale Central.
Hinsdale has been sputtering on offense. They have not managed to run a consistent drive at all today.
Hinsdale has not looked too bad, 30 to or 40 to 40 maybe if you want to look at it, or 30 to 40, but haven't been able to do much with it after that.
Mahaney dropping back, he'll throw again. Heavy rush by the Hilltoppers, jumps off a pass to his back, running down the right sideline, and he's bowled out of bounds.
Renahan on the reception.
Chris Bixler with a jarring tackle. Dan Renahan.
Bixler on that tackle.
They laid some lumber to Renahan on that one.
So officials call timeout. They'll measure to see if they got the first. It'll either be 4th and very close.
They're going to measure, Dave. And
So
we won't be able to see that measurement because it's going to be right in front of the Glenbard West bench.
Well, the chain gang coming out.
Treacherously making their way across the field. Nimbly across the field.
And the chain is down. It's going to be short.
Short, about a yard.
About a yard short. So it'll be 4th down, call it 1 yard to go. Well, when you're down 14-0, do you punt or do you go for it?
4 downs.
I'd like to let all you graduates of the class of '79 know that there will be a class reunion party at Greg Sutphin's house, 375 Anthony, following the game.
I'd go 4 downs here. The problem with it is the field position is probably one of the worst spots on the field as far as footing is concerned. So if you're going to try the running play, I would think that I would expect that they're trying the running play. It'll come near side, come right at us.
Or maybe a play action.
4th down and a half a yard.
Glenbard West stacking up the middle of the line on defense. It's 4th and 1. Ball just shy of midfield. There's the handoff going to
first down.
Brendan. And Brendan Lynch lunges over to the right side of the line, picks up the first down out near the 50-yard line.
So they did come this way. They didn't sweep. They just went straight ahead off of the right tackle guard spot. So they went out there over
Chad Alcorn in on the tackle.
John Murky and Rich Bolger.
But it's enough for the first down. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Hinsdale Central. Just this side of the 50. Call it their own 49-yard line.
Gives the red and white something to cheer about away from on the far side over there.
The ball spotted right in the mud at the 49. Mahaney barking out the signals. There's the handoff. Over the right side he goes. And a lunging tackle by Chris Bixler. Bixler dived in there and hit Renahan.
Was the carry.
Renahan on a carry brought down by Chris Bixler.
It looked as though he was going to pick him a couple yards off the right side, but Bixler dived in there, shoved him back, and a pickup of about 1.
And you could see there on as that play was developing, that just wasn't able to get any kind of footing when he got hit. It just was like he was on skis.
What he did was just grab onto the jersey of the man in front of him and almost skate along.
Second call at 9.
Fakes the handoff. There's a throw down the left sideline, and it is juggled and almost intercepted by Andy Durant.
Juggled, almost intercepted, almost caught, almost intercepted, all kinds of stuff going on over there.
Durant got his hands on the ball, tipped it almost into the hands of Brian Blachowicz, who tipped it almost into the hands of Durant, who tipped it out of bounds.
Some kind of action on that one. Really fighting for it. Brings up a 3rd down 9 for Hinsdale Central.
Boy, in spite of these slippery field conditions, Andy Durant is sticking to the wide receivers out there. He is playing a good game.
Very good job on that cornerback spot.
That's right. So it's 3rd and 9, another passing situation. The new quarterback is Scott Allen. There's a pin down at Bixler, making a big tackle in midfield.
It looked like Zimmerer taking the snap.
Looked like Ron Kreck in on the tackle as well.
Yep, Zimmerer was that quarterback.
Rick Zimmerer is the quarterback, brought down by Chris Bixler and Ron Kreck.
I didn't even see them make that switch, and I didn't see anything that indicated that Mahaney was having a problem, injury problem or anything.
I just saw a cleaner jersey standing behind the quarterback.
Now Brendan Lynch will drop back to punt the ball away now.
It's 4th and 9.
Doyle.
4:15 to go. High snap again. Kick almost blocked again by Jensen. A high wobbly kick fielded by Doyle at his 18-yard line. Breaks 2 tackles, still on his feet. Out across the middle of the field to the 30-yard line.
Nice run back by Doyle, breaking the first contact. And only the multiple pursuit of the Red Devils was able to bring him down at the 29, excuse me.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers again. Not bad field position. They've had worse today. They started one drive at their own 18. So Scott plans coming back in to lead another drive for the Glenbard West Hilltoppers. Coming out, there you see John Nordmeyer. There's the huddle.
Nordmeyer was replaced in the lineup by Durant.
So they're going to go with
splits out near side here.
Doyle slot right. Handoff goes to Ellinger. He's hit right after he took the ball, and he slides ahead up near the line of scrimmage, back to the 29.
They brought a cornerback up on that one to stop up the hole. Ellinger got the ball and was immediately decked.
But Ellinger somehow managed to keep his balance and stumble forward back near the original line of scrimmage.
Doyle out, Stefani in.
Durant also coming out, and now Swengross coming out as we got wholesale changes at the skill positions. Jay Stefani will be wide to the right. Nordmeyer and Alcorn, the 2 tight ends. It'll be Streitberger and Ellinger. Pitch out to Streitberger. Sweeping the right side. He's got a block, and he lunges across the 30, picking up maybe a yard or 2 out to the 31-yard line. But good pursuit by the linebackers for Hinsdale Central as they managed to string out the play, give them only 2 yards on the gain.
And as you see now, the sun begins to come out and shine on the field a little bit. Brings up a 3rd down. We'll call it 8 yards to go for Glenbard West.
Pat Doyle back in. And Stefani coming out as they shuttle in a new play with the flanker. Hilltoppers break the huddle. Well, it's 3rd and 8 at the 31-yard line. 6 men at the line of scrimmage for Hinsdale Central on defense. Playing a 6-1-4. Pitch out goes to Ellinger. There's the reverse. Hand up to Pat Doyle as he comes sweeping the left side. He's got some running room, but now he is grabbed. And looks like Griff Anderson in on the tackle, but we'll have to wait and see.
Pat Doyle on the reverse.
Make that murky on the tackle.
Boy, they opened that one up nice, Dave. They did a nice job in execution as they brought the sweep around this side.
They're about a yard short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down, call it 1.
Maybe 6.
As they busted it wide open, but they
will have plans punting.
Have plans punt the ball.
And a yard.
2 men deep for Hinsdale Central. And Zimmerer, number 30, on the near side. And on the far side, the uniform is kind of muddy, so we'll have to play that one by ear. Plans gets off a nice high wobbly kick. And it falls down to 45, takes a Glenbard West bounce, rolling out toward the sideline, and it dies at the 41-yard line, where it is touched there by Ron Crack. But there's a flag on the play.
Ron Crack downing the ball.
It's in the west backfield.
Could be a legal.
Could be a holding call.
Legal motion, could be holding. We'll have to wait and see, as referee Mike Vogel will be making the call.
Illegal formation on the kicking team, not enough men on the line. And decline, first down.
Okay, so didn't get enough people up on that front wall to satisfy the rules of the game. Penalty declined by Hinsdale Central. And we have 1:15 here in the third quarter.
Hinsdale Central, a good field position at their own 41-yard line.
This is one of their best field possessions that they've had.
So now Dan Mahaney back in at quarterback. He was out for 2 plays on their last drive. 3 men once again in the backfield. Mahaney fakes a handoff. Now there's a reverse. Throwing is number 84. It is almost intercepted and dropped there by Dan Brennan. As they read the reverse, they were throwing it out to the tight end Sonderby. But Dan Brennan was all over him at the 48-yard line. Almost picked off a pass.
And if Brennan would have rolled the other way, he would have had the interception on the ground.
Bobby Brown, probably one of his few passes in his career, the wide receiver.
A little tentative on that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he looked like he wanted to run and didn't know what to do with it, so he got rid of it. But
the thing was, he had some nice open field in front of him, where he might have been able to lower the shoulder and go with it, but he was drilled, and that's what he was supposed to do in that play, and didn't make any changes.
Ranahan slot right. Back to throw is Mahaney. He's got a little bit of time. A juggling catch, but now it's dropped there by Sonderby at midfield. The throw was a little high. Sonderby looked as though he made the catch, but he juggled the ball and dropped it.
Sonderby broken up.
Chad Alcorn, the left defensive tackle, was in on the play, almost had a sack as he pressured Mahaney into throwing it a little early.
So sophomore team
third down and
today by
10.
the score of 8-6. I'd like to let you know that was their
We're down to 43 seconds for the third quarter.
Games. It was also Coach Nordmeyer's 37th victory in a row.
So it's 3rd and 10 at the 41-yard line. 3 muddy jerseyed men in the backfield. Mahaney fakes the throw. A big blitz is on and taking cover and diving for the sack. Dan Mahaney is dropped by about 3 green jerseys.
Is that Mahaney still?
Yeah, Mahaney came back in for this series. He saw green jerseys all over the place and he decided to hit the dirt and take cover. So that's a loss of about 6 yards.
He was really in danger of getting steamrolled on that one.
Now they're going to call loss of 10. 4th down, 20 yards to go. Brendan Lynch will punt it. 2 men deep for the Hilltoppers, Andy Durant and Pat Doyle.
That's almost 30 yards, Dave.
The snap is good. The kick is away. A high, booming kick. Doyle has to retreat, lets the ball bounce. It's rolling down toward the goal line, and it just sneaks across the goal line.
One roll too many, and it would have been nailed back at the 1. That would have been something else. But that does end our third quarter of action, and we'll be back with the 4th and final quarter of homecoming, 85 at Glenbard West, right after this on Group W.
Sports Vision's got the White Sox, the Hawks, the Bulls, and the Sting. And now the best ticket in town has a new low price. Sports Vision's got live exclusive games both on the road and at home. Games you can't see anywhere else. Don't miss any of the action of your favorite teams. Sign up today. Sports Vision, the best ticket in town.
Scott Wager and Dave Newman back with you for the 4th and final quarter for this afternoon's contest between the Hilltoppers of Glenbard West, the hitters, against the Red Devils of Hinsdale Central. And West starts this 4th and final quarter with the ball at their own 20-yard line. Pitch goes back to Sven Gross. Sven Gross stacked up as he tries to come around the near side, which is the right side of the Glenbard West offense. And he's thrown for a bit of a loss. Maybe a yard loss on the play. We'll call it 2nd down, 11.
There are about 5 players in on the tackle as Hinsdale Central read the play very well. Coming out now, John Nordmeyer at tight end. Moving in there is Andy Durant.
Glenbard West is in good, real good running position because that's one of the better spots on the field that they're in right now.
A lot of grass, not a lot of mud.
Plants barks the signals. Ellinger and Svengros behind him. Hand off to Ellinger. Ellinger stacked up as he gets across the line of scrimmage. A pickup of maybe 2-3 yards on the play. We'll call it third down and 7 yards to go for a first down for
Chris
Glenbard
Austin
West.
making the tackle. Met Ellinger head on and pushed him back for about a yard after Ellinger got into open field.
And we're at 10 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the contest this afternoon.
All right, Chris Austin seems to be afraid of nobody. He just lowers his head and crashes head first to the ball carrier.
Ellinger doing a real nice job of running today, as has Svengros. And Streetberger has done a nice job when he's been in there. Plants on the roll, near side. It's going to be a keeper. He's going to put it away. He comes around near side, runs along, breaks one tackle, but then he's decked as he makes it around the near side by Bobby Brown.
For the first down.
Well, what happened was Hinsdale Central blitzed right up the middle. Plans read it very well, and he decided to roll out to the right, and he had a lot of running room.
And some great lead blocking there by Chris Larson, number 63, pulling from his guard spot, really leveling out some of those Red Devil pursuers there and allowing Plants to get the first down. Nice job, Glenbard West. Good execution. I've been noticing today they do things fundamentally very well. Their execution is always very good. Back at it one more time. Ellinger, Svengros in the backfield. Encroachment, Hinsdale Central, move it forward. As it looked like right guard John Bulger decided to move just a bit too soon.
Dead ball foul, encroachment.
So that'll bring up a first down and 5 yards to go. 1st and 5 for Glenbard West. So those are neat kinds of gifts you like to get.
That's right. Glenbard West is playing a very smart football game. You're not seeing a lot of penalties on their drives. They're executing very well, as you said.
40-yard line.
And they're keeping the clock rolling right now, which is the big thing. Plants, hands off. That is Svengros with the ball. Breaks through the line, keeps it moving across midfield to the 40-yard line.
Svengros on the carry.
Across the 40 to the 36.
Pat Doyle, number 24, threw a beautiful block at about the 40-yard line, and that let Svengros pick up even more yardage.
10 for the hitters.
What a nice move. Svengros really clicked him off. He busted through the line, and he almost kind of looked up in surprise, it looked like a bit, because he didn't see anybody there, expecting some contact.
Well, once again, Hinsdale Central stacking up the middle of the line. Svengros ran a quick opener to the right side, and he had daylight in front of him.
Things starting to dry up a little bit now as the sun remains out on the field. As you can see, a nice bright sunshine thing. Ellinger, the ball carrier, lead back through the hole, taking the handoff from Plants, and bounces over a couple of Hinsdale Central players near the 30-yard line. It'll be about the 31 for the spot. I'll bring up a second down. We'll call it 6 yards to go for a first down. 2nd and 6 for Glenbard West. Out of the contest is number 82, Paul Palicki.
Hinsdale Central's defense has been out there for quite a long time today, and they're getting tired.
They're going to have to be, and this is the thing, that they'll wear you down. If you keep running at them like this even does it that much more. Handoff, Svengros again through the hole. Nice job as Svengros moves the ball to the 25-yard line. And Svengros again busting over the right side. And what they're doing right now is they're running right over and behind Eric Jensen and Tom Gillardi. They're really doing a nice job opening up the hole for the running backs, in this case Svengros.
Well, the Glenbard West line, they're firing off the line of scrimmage, and they're running slant plays on an angle.
They are controlling the trench. Plants on the keeper, advances the ball on that first down play. Maybe picks up a yard or two on the play, bringing up what will appear to be a second down. Well, we'll call it 2nd down 9 as he picks up a yard on the carry. Ball across the 25-yard line. And the ball will be placed and spotted at the 24. Second down, 9 at the 24.
From the Hinsdale 24-yard line.
And they're advancing smartly now with 7 minutes, 55 seconds remaining here in the contest. Plants takes the ball, spots, sets up into the end zone. Touchdown, Glenbard West. Pat Doyle on the reception. And the score moves out 20-0. Glenbard West over Hinsdale Central. The score comes at the 7-minute, 46-second mark of the fourth and final quarter. Nice movement. Doyle breaking over the middle, gets free and got behind the cornerback. And a nice touch on the pass by Scott Plants as he just lofted it over. And a 24-yard touchdown pass for Scott Plants to Pat Doyle.
Well, if the game was in doubt before, it no longer is. It pretty much wraps things up.
Now Streitberger attempting the extra point.
Streitberger's kick is up, and it is good.
Which makes the score the Glenbard West Hitters
21-0.
Hinsdale 0.
And we're going to take a pause here on Group W. Glenbard football, homecoming for West. 85, they're up on top, as you see, 21-0.
Just received a half.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Do you have cable?
Yes, Group W cable. It has a lot to offer an active person like me. You should take a look.
ESPN. Big-time sports like exciting professional golf, wide-open USFL football, professional boxing, auto racing from around the world. ESPN, the total sports network, where the cheering never stops.
Group W cable. It's all kinds of programs for all kinds of people, like me and you.
Well, we just saw a touchdown scored, a 24-yarder. Scott Plants pitching the ball in the end zone to Pat Doyle. And it brings the score 21-0. The hitters of Glenbard West out on top of the Red Devils of Hinsdale Central. 7 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in the contest. And you just saw coming out of the game, number 65, Eric Jensen, who if you were giving a game ball away to today, he might be a real worthy recipient of that, since it was his interception that set up an early touchdown, actually the first touchdown for Glenbard West, which at this point will be the game winner. Joe Bruno kicks off to Hinsdale Central. Ball comes out to the 30-yard line. Flashberger on the tackle, and Brendan Lynch appeared to be the ball carrier on that kickoff.
On this stage of the game, the uniforms are so bad, it's hard to tell who's carrying the ball. But
hello to the class of 1948.
Academic at this point.
That's right.
And the class of 1965
21-0.
got together for their own impromptu reunion.
So a shutout going for Coach Jim Colbert and the guys. Mahaney turns, hands off to the back coming through the hole there. Griff Anderson. Anderson tackled by the left front of the West defense, which is Alcorn and Gallardi. And they also credit Jensen with part of that tackle.
Now Gallardi and David Howe, Chad Alcorn all coming out.
And they deserve some rest now. They've played very, very well today. And it gives a chance for some of those number 2 players to get in there and get some of that game action. Mahaney hands off again. It's to Griff Anderson across the 35-yard line to the 37. Nordmeyer with the tackle brings up a third down play. We'll call it 3rd and 5 for Hinsdale Central.
Oh, Hinsdale just trying to grind things out here in the fourth quarter.
You put the ball up now, you might see a situation where you're really going to get burned on it. And they hand off once again, this time going over the right side of that offensive line for Hinsdale Central. Matching up against that left front of the hitters.
Dan Brennan came up from the backfield to help out on that tackle.
Clock rolling, we have under 6 minutes for the game this afternoon. And all that we need to assess right now and determine is that final score. Mahaney flanks Blakovich out here near side, but they hand off and run up the middle instead as that 4th down play. I don't know if I would have done that on a 4th down play in my own territory that deep and give the ball back to Glenbard West. Not with as much space as they've had to as they had to run.
Ed Faulkner on that tackle.
Keeps the clock moving with the exchange of possession at 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
One more shot.
Glenbard West, all kinds of new jerseys out there.
And the soccer championship.
Scott Plants has been replaced at quarterback.
Jay Carr
by number 10, Jay Carr, a junior, 6 feet 3 inches tall, 175-pounder.
The best grass we've ever had here for the last 8 years.
And we have a delay of game call on Glenbard West. It'll move the ball back 5 yards, and it'll be a 1st down 15 to go for Glenbard West, as there was some confusion about people getting into the lineup there, shuttling in some new players. Down here in front of us on the sideline, sitting on a bench, we have Plants and Alcorn and Jensen.
Playing quarterback, number 10, Jake Carr.
Also coming out of the game, number 73, Ron Kretsch.
Playing end, number 82, Paul Kalicki, and number 86,
You see Durand out of the game now. Doyle's out of the game. So all those frontline players have moved out, let the second-line players play. Art Ordano, the ball carrier on that play.
Went out over the left side of the line, and
Coming out of
now, the left side was the starting lineup.
Coming out of the game now, Howe and Gilardi.
Entering the game, Nick Salfone.
Along with Chris Larson. Faulkner comes out of the game, as does number 81, John Nordmeyer. Coming to the sideline also, Paul Palicki, but that's on the shuttling of the play-in. So we have a whole new cast of characters, front and back, for the Hilltoppers of Glenbard West. Our quarterback is Jay Carr. He takes the snap, hands off to Streetberger. Streetberger near side and dives across the 30-yard line to the 27. 1st and 10, Glenbard West. And once you get the momentum, it just all rolls.
He was tripped up by Kevin Ging, and if it weren't for Ging out there, he could have gone a long, long way.
Cornerback had come up to try and make a play there before.
Keith Hadley and number 77, Scott Cunningham.
Out of the game is number 14, Silfone, Nick Silfone. Carr, quarterback, pitches back to Streetberger, tripped up.
Don Streitberger on the carry.
Streitberger tripped up by Pajak.
We also have number 79, Rob Stenman.
We're under 4 minutes now as the clock is continuing to move at 3 minutes 40 seconds. Ordano comes out of the lineup. In the backfield, we have number 30, Mel Jager, and Streitberger as the running backs. Streitberger again.
Streitberger running behind the blocking of Mel Jager.
Bangs his way inside the 30. Clock continues to tick. Well, with this victory, the Hilltoppers will be 7-0 on the year. That clinches a playoff spot.
And they'll be 5-0 in the West Suburban Conference, and a game up on what will be apparently their closest competitor, as we see it right now, with York beating Oak Park this afternoon, or leading Oak Park rather. That'll put York into 2nd place in the conference, dropping Oak Park to 3rd, and take some of the possible glamour off of the coming ball game between Oak Park and Glenbard West next week.
Tom Streitberger taking a pitch out from Jay Carr.
Streitberger takes the pitch from Carr, moves around the left-hand side smartly, run out of bounds, moving the ball to near the 20-yard line. Just short of the 20, we'll call it the 21, and it'll bring up a 4th down and just under a yard to go for a 1st down. Palicki, Streetberger, and Silfone out of the game. Switching around his running backs, that's John Lloyd making the move over to the other side. And number 30 is the other running back, Mel Jager. And they move the ball over the left-hand side. Let's see if they got themselves the 1st down.
Nope, they did not. Just about foot or two short.
So short of the first down. Ball goes over to Hinsdale Central on downs.
Now the Red Devils now will have to work their 2-minute offense as there's 2:33 remaining in the football game and counting.
And again, we have a whole bunch of new jerseys out there, and we'll try and identify those young men as the plays develop.
Well, Mahaney has gone the distance except for a couple plays at quarterback today. Still out there.
Hand off to either Anderson or Lynch out of the backfield.
There's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play and stops the clock at 2 minutes.
Joe Bruno on the tackle.
And 1 second. Kevin Ging was making his way off the field, stopped by one of the officials.
That was inadvertent flag.
The famous inadvertent flag. And there are maybe 10 or 15 pages addressing that in the rule book. Inadvertent flag. So the clock will now restart. Under 2 minutes at 1:55. Glenbard West is out on top of this contest, 21-zip. And all we're doing now.
Mahaney hit from behind by Ron Kreck, and he fumbles.
See what's going to end up, but I don't know. They might rule that his arm was in motion on that for the pass.
Ron Kreck, number 73, made the hit.
Ron Kreck breaking through the lines.
He didn't stop the clock. Should be an incomplete pass. He didn't stop it.
Well, they're going to say his arm was in motion, so the...
Yeah, but if that's the case, the clock should have been stopped on the incomplete pass.
The clock was still going. Didn't look like he had his hand moving forward, though, when he got hit.
No. His arm was cocked for the pass, but it wasn't moving. Up there on the front for Glenbard West, we see number 51, David Georgian. We see a blitz coming from number 33, John Lloyd, as Mahaney tries to pass out there in the flat, the safety valve kind of pass. That'll stop the clock at 1:25.
Pass was intended for Dan Renahan, but it was well over his head, as Mahaney just wanted to unload before he got hit.
That'll bring up a 4th down play for Hinsdale Central. 4th down, we'll call it about 13 or 14 yards to go for a first down.
If we can do anything, okay? Thank you very much.
And we'll see the punt coming from Brendan Lynch is dropping back deep for Glenbard West. Number 33 in your screen is John Lloyd. Over on the other side, that is number 20, Tom Streetberger.
He'll be kicking from his own 3-yard line.
He'll get the punt off in shape. A high punt, kind of wobbler. Bounces at the 40-yard line and across the 40 and dropped and downed at the 41, where the West Hilltoppers move to the offense, perhaps for the last possession of the game by anybody. At 1:15 remaining, the ball starting at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Reminder, our score is 21-zip, and next time we see you, we'll be, it looks at this point, we'll be bringing you the final home game for Glenbard South on our next Glenbard football broadcast on Group W cable.
You're going to get the mic? Oh, yeah, I'll get it. Where did they come up here?
Back out again, Jay Carr at quarterback. Penalty flag on the play, movement early on that. We'll have to kind of see which way that's going to go, but that stops the clock with 54 seconds remaining.
Well, when you get a lot of reserve players in there who probably haven't played much together, you're going to get that missed signals, lack of communication, and
procedure call.
9:30 in the morning, right here on Deshaun Field, will be our JV game. That's Monday at 9:30. And also, on Tuesday, the Glenbard West soccer team will be playing Oak Park for the soccer championship of the West Suburban Conference at 4:15.
It has now been restarted, and we're at 40 seconds for the game. Mishandle on the snap, as it appeared that Jay Carr wasn't ready to take it from his center, but had enough to collect it up and get on the ball. And now he is muddy as Scott plants it.
Ladies and gentlemen, students, with our victory here today,
everyone's going to go home with a muddy jersey today.
This year,
I'm glad I don't have to wash all these jerseys.
You got that right. 20 seconds and counting. We'll make it tell you what. It's 10 seconds and counting. And you'll hear the fans counting it down in the background as we're at 6, 5. Ball is snapped, run up the middle. Ball continues to move, and that is the end of the contest.
At the end of the game, the final score of the Glenbard West Cutters, 21.
Final score, Glenbard West 21, Hinsdale Central nothing. That is the 5th conference win in the West Suburban Conference for Glenbard West, and they sit on top of that conference right now, ahead of York and Oak Park. And we will see you next time from Glenbard South. I'm Scott Wager. Dave Newman, thank you very much.
Nice working with you. I'm just glad that we weren't down on the field. Some of the players brought along a change of clothes today.
I'm sure they will have to. They have to get all dressed up ready for the dance tonight. It's homecoming. We want to thank our crew, Danielle Dobro, Chris Yorkis, and our director-producer, Scott Cherry. I'm Scott Wager. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time on Group W Cable Sports. Thanks for joining us.